What's up, YouTube? This is KingCobraJFS with another cigar review. I got this at the Albertsons liquor store for about $1, and I think maybe at the most $30. No, not $30. Excuse me. $1.30 maybe at the most. So, yeah. Take a look at the cigar out of the wrap, looking pretty good, and it looks like it needs to be cut. Let's have a smell, shall we? Yeah, that smells good. This is the Robusto cigar. It's a darker cigar, so it's probably going to be a lot stronger on the flavor. Now, right off the fucking bat, that cigar came out of the plastic wrap very easily. I like that. I know sometimes when you have like your Swishers or, you know, saying, or your Phillies, they come in that, the singles come in the plastic wrap, and sometimes they're a bitch to get off. But now some cigars like these you need to cut, so we got trusty cigar cutter right here. Alright. Now the first step to getting your cigar ready, of course, is to cut it with something like that. Yeah, let's not stick my thumb in there and try to cut the cigar. That would be stupid. And you don't want to cut too much off, just a little bit. Just a little bit. And there is an art to cutting a cigar. You don't want to overdo it. Just a little bit. You think that's enough right there? That's the tiniest hole I could cut in the cigar as possible. I left a little chunk on the cutter like that. Go ahead and stick that in the, dump it in the ashtray just like that. Alright, do you think that was enough? I'm gonna cut the hole just a little bit bigger. Ooh, YouTube. A dry puff. Ooh, yeah. Right off the bat, I can already tell I'm gonna like this cigar just because that dry puff tasted pretty damn good. Yeah, well, just a little bit more on that hole. There we go. I didn't mean to cut it that fucking big, but that's alright. That's actually as much as you want to do on these anyway, because that would be the limit. There we go. Zippo. I'm gonna toast it real quick. It's important to, on the pre-light. Fucking Zippo's not working. Great. I think it needs fluid. Fantastic. Hold on a second. Where's my other lighter? There it be. got it toasted pretty good. Nice, even, trying to get it evenly lit here. You don't want it to canoe. Normally I'd use a Zippo for my cigars, but my Zippo appears to be low on fluid. Very low on fluid. So when the Zippo runs out, it's always good to have a backup lighter. Now some people have said that you're supposed to use matches on cigars, and some people say you're not supposed to inhale your cigars. Really, to each his or her own. There is no written law about cigars and how you're supposed to enjoy them. Oh. Oh. It's just good to have a backup lighter when your main lighter dies, you know what I'm saying? This can is pretty much empty. There might be a little bit left. Now the reason why I licked it right there is because there's an itty bitty section trying to peel off, and I'm like, nope. Yeah, right there, it's canoeing. Shit. So what do you do when your cigar starts to canoe? It's pretty easy. Instead of trying to light around it and shit, what you can do is very lightly stick it in your ashtray and from the top turn it this way and that, and try to put your cigar out without breaking it, very lightly. Okay. And when you go to relight it, you take the end that's longer and relight it from like right there. Okay. Alright, set that on the ashtray like that. Alright. And while the cigar is resting in the ashtray, we'll see if we can't squeeze the last bit of fluid out of this can of Zippo fluid. Excuse me. I do love the smell of a good cigar, and you know, for $1 and some odd cents, that's not bad. It smells good. I'll definitely have to get me a new can of Zippo fluid one of these days. Yeah, it's empty. Come on, one good light. There it goes. Rise, almighty flame. Okay. God damn it. Yeah, I'm gonna have to wait until I get more fluid. That stinks. But in the worst case scenario, you don't have a backup lighter. I got this big right here, and then I have this other big lighter that I barely used. So Yeah. Okay, let's try lighting the longer end of that cigar to keep it from canoeing too much more. And the reason why I tried to light the corner of it, see if we can get it to even out a bit. That's a good cigar though. I like the flavor on that. That's nice. Now there's a couple things to know with cigar smoking. One, you don't want it to canoe. So after lighting just the side of it, and you can see, hopefully that will make the canoeing stop a little bit after you've pre-cut it. And some cigars are pre-cut, but this one wasn't, so you had to cut it with a cigar cutter. Now, the second thing to know about a cigar and how to tell the flavor intensity. Generally speaking, a cigar with a lighter color of tobacco leaf is going to be a lot more mellow in flavor, but your darker cigars with the darker wraps have a stronger flavor to them. Second thing, or third thing I should say, cigar snobbery is a lot like wine snobbery. There really is no need for it. It does not matter how expensive or not expensive your cigar or bottle of wine or costs, you know what I'm saying? There are some people who would look down upon you if you called yourself a cigar smoker and you bought 99-cent cigars at the gas station. They'd look at you and be like, you have not really experienced a true cigar until you've spent over $1,000 on one. And that's ridiculous. $1,000 for a cigar, it better be damn good if you're paying $1,000 for one. So just know that cigar smoking can get rather expensive, but you can get good cigars for like $1 and some odd cents. You know what I'm saying? I think the most I've actually ever spent on a cigar was like $20. Trying to get it to not canoe, and it's a little section right there. Let's see. Well, it's canoeing again, and I'm trying to fix it. And usually I'm pretty good about not canoeing cigars, but it happens, unfortunately. Because cigars generally stink to a non-connoisseur, I figured it'd be fitting to just crack a window and, yeah. That way the smell of cheap, stinky cigar doesn't overwhelm. If you catch my drift, YouTube. Yeah, that canoeing's not good. God damn it. I don't like canoeing my cigars, I really don't. I'm gonna put the cigar out again, or try to anyway, without breaking it. And try this shit again. Oh yeah, but you can see this cigar does not want to go out. Very convenient. Okay, so Fudge it. When there's nothing you can do about the canoeing of it, fucking just smoke your cigar and enjoy it. And some people will be like, why the fuck would you spend $20 on a cigar? And then you smoke one and you're like, oh damn. And generally speaking, the reason why people say you shouldn't inhale cigars is because it'll kick you in the teeth a little bit. But we're going to take a huge drag of this cigar here and see how it does going down. Nice and deep. Yeah, that definitely has a nice kick to it. And canoeing is basically when one side of your cigar is like way the fuck down there and the other side's still way the fuck up there. Try taking a lighter to it to see if I could help. And if your cigar canoes just a little bit, don't get discouraged. It happens. I haven't been smoking cigars for like 20 years or nothing, but I have been enjoying cigars for a couple years at least. I don't smoke them too often. Generally, I'll get like a black and mild wine wood tip cigar. Black and mild wine wood tip cigars are quite delicious. Shitballs. Alright, you saw again. Okay, yeah, there we go. Just like that. That's what we want. Okay, I got the ash off that cigar there, just like that. Okay, if your cigar canoes, you try torching it with a lighter, you're just gonna, I don't know, waste fluid, and yeah, it just defeats the purpose, doesn't it? Okay, so we'll put the cigar out for the most part. And we're going to take a lighter and just light it from the end right here where it's really long especially. Okay, so since the Zippo isn't working, we'll just use a big lighter. We're going to try to make the second half of this cigar look a bit more cigar presentable, yes? Oh yeah, I'm liking the flavor on that. That is nice. These Robustos ain't half bad. These Robusto cigars ain't half bad, YouTube. It doesn't look so pretty on the end of that, but we'll see if putting it out and relighting the longer end of that might help it canoe less. It might even out, actually. We'll keep dragging on it. And it's starting to even out a little bit. That right there, you can see it's still canoeing, but this side, it's not as burnt. This side, you can see, is actually starting, yeah. So it might even out. So YouTube, apparently the DARE program has taken cannabis off the list of things, and they're going to focus more on tobacco and alcohol, I guess. I guess with all the states medically legalizing it, in some states for recreational and medical use, you know, they're probably thinking to themselves, eventually it's going to be legal all over the United fucking States of America, and it's going to be sweet. And look at that, it's starting to actually even out quite nicely. A little bit, yeah. The topper half of that is burning away a lot quicker than that lower half of that right there. That's what's up. I wonder if Tommy Chong ever sat in a high chair when he was younger. Aha. Oh, he made a high chair joke, this guy. Regular fucking comedian over here. Yeah. Generally, the darker your cigars, they're not only going to be stronger in flavor, but they're also going to be stronger in nicotine. Oh, yeah. Okay, it's not canoeing as badly as it did when it first started, so I could work with that. Yeah. Why too many people don't smoke cigars more occasionally is because, you know, if you are a smoker, cigars are a lot stronger than cigarettes. There's no doubt about that. Yeah, it's not canoeing. It's not canoeing as badly as the first run of it. It's got a good flavor on it. So if you have an Albertsons and where you live, chances are they have a liquor store, and if you're old enough to go into a liquor store, pick yourself up a Robusto cigar. Really, cigar and wine snobbery is pointless. People who look down upon somebody if they spend a lesser amount on a good cigar or some good wine, it's stupid, you know. It really is. Because at the end of the fucking day, it doesn't matter how expensive or fine or robust your cigar or wine really is. As long as you enjoy it, that's all that really counts, right? See, that's not canoeing as badly. So, you know, there's a good chance that it might even up a little bit. Yeah, that's a good flavor. I like that. Give it a tap in the ashtray. And if you have a pipe tool, like something like this, and you notice your cigar is not getting very much pull, you can take your poker and poke a hole in the back of it. But you gotta be careful when you're doing that so you don't poke through the cigar itself, but just down the middle of it like that. Really all you gotta do. That's if you notice it not drawing all the way. Goddamn. I got one hell of a nicotine buzz going right now, I'll tell you what. And cigars are meant to be enjoyed on occasion, really. That's what some people say, but if you smoke them regularly, that is your choice. But you don't want to fucking try to hotbox this because it'll knock you on your ass. Yeah. The darker cigars especially, you know. I know the 2nd Street liquor store, they have like a nice selection of tobacco. You go to the liquor shed. The liquor shed carries cigars, I believe. Yeah. The weather is definitely warming up a bit. Even at 45 degrees in March, you know, the weather's still fair. Yeah, that's a much more uniform light right there. That's what's up, YouTube. Now, am I worried about my inspection next week? Not really, no. I'm confident I'll pass it. Get the Cobra layer look on real good, watch out. I did have a bit of an accident the other day, though. I didn't have my bathroom mats down on my floor, and the water was a little wet when I got out of the shower. And I slipped and fell, and I hit my head on the wall while stubbing my toe at the same time. And you betcha I felt like a real smooth criminal after doing that. That fucking hurt, man. Now, thankfully enough, I didn't break my toe stubbing it, nor did I crack my skull or anything, so it just really fucking hurt. And I get up after I fell on the bathroom floor, and some of the plaster on the wall cracked a little bit, and I'm like, God damn it. Clumsy me did it again. And then I got up, and I blacked out for like 4 minutes, then I got back up. And, I had to make sure I was okay before I went to work that day. If I started getting dizzy and what have you, I would have stopped, but thankfully I haven't gotten dizzy or nothing, so yeah. I mentioned it to my landlord, of course, told her what happened, and, she was like, well, I have an inspection coming up on the 18th anyway, so we'll take a look at it, we'll get an estimate. She's like, you okay? And I said, yeah, I'm fine, just a little unnerved by the incident. I'm naturally a clumsy person, YouTube, and it sucks. There's days when I do shit, I have to ask myself how and why the fuck did that happen. But no matter how clumsy I get, I always remember it could be worse. I see people with struggles in life that are much harder than mine, and it makes me grateful for what I have instead of ungrateful for my shortcomings. People on Facebook keep asking me where's the new album at. I'm still working on it. 3 songs in. I'll record 4 more. That'll make a total of 7. And then I'll go from there to decide if I want to add more tracks or if I want to post it. But I got 3 songs so far. I got the album artwork. It looks good. Now, somebody had asked me on Facebook, would it be possible to get a physical copy of the new album? It's possible, yeah. I'd have to take my album to Sonic Rainbow and have them produce a physical copy or 2 of it, and then I could autograph each copy, and people want a physical copy of it instead of some downloaded shit from iTunes. I'd be like, yeah, here you go. I don't know how much that would cost, though, but I'm pretty sure a couple of my fans would be down for the idea. Oh yeah, that's a much more even light now. That's what's up. Give that a flick in the ashtray. Flick, flick. Yeah. Kind of feel like you're mobbing shit with a cigar in your hand. Do you have any idea who the fuck I am? Marlon, I could have you sleeping with the fishes faster than you can say holy cannoli. Forget about it. Just kidding, YouTube. Now, I've had a couple fans ask me about wands when I make them and stuff. And if I use US Postal, I can ship them anywhere around the world for a pretty decent price. Okay. I have a couple more wands I gotta finish yet before I do anything else. And then after I finish these 2 wands that I'm working on, I'm gonna try my hands at a crystal staff. go to like Sportsman's Warehouse, get one of those hiking canes, and drill a hole out on the top for a crystal. Yeah, could probably make some cool shit. And that's the kind of the even light that you want to go for when you first light your cigar. But if your cigar starts canoeing, you put it out and light the end on your cigar that's longer, and eventually it'll catch up to itself and your cigar won't canoe. Watch out. I'm gonna go ahead and sit this in the fucking ashtray though, because this is a pretty strong cigar. I'll lightly tap it up in my ashtray, just very lightly. It still leaves me with a lot of cigar left for like later and stuff. Yippers. Now if I sit the cigar down on the ash at an angle, just like that, it'll put itself out. Well, anyway, this is KingCobraJFS with another video. Thank you for watching, YouTube, and I'll catch y'all later.